Heavy hitters are back. Big H. I'm your boy Jay.
You good?
No, he's not.
I'm your boy Anthony. Ow. This man's going for my kneecap.
I'm your boy Morrow. My bad.
We've got to plan the seat arrangements.
We went a little too close.
Yeah, because you went back and just right into my knee.
Man, today you'll be alright.
You good, man.
I mean, we've had botched entrances before.
Yeah, I chopped him in the. Yeah, he's still here, so.
No, I'm talking about when we let him start the video. I was like, here's.
That's because I had to go.
Or when he wanted to start the video with his face covered.
That one was iconic. You wanted to do the whole video with your hood down.
Yeah, it would have been tough.
But yeah, tell them what we got today since you got the t-shirt on, man.
We're going to give y'all the history of the Bloodline.
Arguably the greatest storyline in recent memory.
From 2020 when Roman came back at SummerSlam all the way up to now.
And just to let y'all know, we've done no digging. Like, we know everything that happened up here because we know this business. Like, we wrestling greats right
bro.
here. Like,
I'm a wrestling encyclopedia.
Man, like, even though, you know, man's, he new in the wrestling world, but he know his history. You know?
He did ask him who was the first. He asked who was the first WWE champion or something.
Yeah.
That's
Who is the first WWE champion? I bet y'all don't know it.
You told me a million times. Hold on. Buddy Rogers.
Buddy Rogers.
Bro.
The first WWE
The
champion.
real Nature Boy.
Matter of fact, you just gave me an idea. I'm gonna start giving y'all these because you've been watching wrestling longer than both of us. But I know wrestling so crazy.
Yeah, you know some stuff from way back in there. Yeah.
I'm gonna give y'all some trivia questions every video, and if y'all gonna answer me right, that's how we gonna start.
What am I win, gang?
I mean, we'll figure that out later on. But
I'm a body Jason.
All right, fine. I got one for both of y'all. We're the two longest reigning WWE champions.
The two longest in history. I mean,
Bruno Sammartino
is the longest reigning ever.
And then if you had to guess, after it'll be Roman then.
Nah.
WWE champion?
WWE champion.
Oh. Bruno Sammartino.
And CM Punk.
CM Punk, yeah.
434 days. Who else held the WWE
Bob
champion?
Backlund. He held it for like 900 something days.
I don't even remember him.
You know, he had the chicken wing game. He had the chicken wing game.
I ain't gonna do
so you can remember Buddy Rogers, I can't remember
Bob.
They always say Buddy Rogers.
You can't take my job. I'm giving the trivia questions. But that's for another video.
I love the CM Punk 434.
Yeah,
I did love that.
That was the one. But we got a video.
Champion.
We got a special video, man. So we all know Roman Reigns was off TV for a minute.
You just pushed me.
I pushed both of you guys because both of you guys are going into my kneecaps. Literally. Is this video going for my kneecaps?
Hey, talk to your man, gang.
He already tried breaking my left one at this point.
Oh no, he said, why did you just push me? Like,
I felt him just push me. I'm like, what the hell is you doing?
No, because both of you scoot up, and then I'm like, okay, I'm getting squished, so then I had to push.
Get up. I thought you forgot we was.
No, both of y'all were squeezing.
No, he thought he was getting ready to do something
Yeah,
to
I
you.
thought he was finna get up and forget we was on the video. Come on, Martha, let me scoot home with no issues.
Exactly.
But nah,
I think you blew a little bit.
I heard. He like, wait, what you just pushed me? Like, wait.
I pushed both of you.
I didn't even feel you push me. I'm trying to get.
Because all I did is I went like this and I pushed both.
Yeah, stop doing that. I don't like it.
Alright, look. Alright, man, look.
I need leg roll.
Before we get to going too crazy, man, we gonna talk about the Bloodline, man. Y'all know Roman Reigns. So as I said, Roman Reigns. Remember,
It's a lot of money on her.
Yeah, it's a lot. He left TV. Roman Reigns was off TV for almost half a year in 2020.
Right, so like the beginning of the pandemic up to SummerSlam.
Yeah, and he just.
I mean, the man was getting his teeth done.
Yeah, that.
I mean, look at those pearly whites.
Yeah, them boys.
And he got some little ab joints too.
Yeah, he worked on himself. That's why he wrestled with no shirt on now. But yeah, so he popped up out of nowhere as after the main event of SummerSlam. I think it was Bray Wyatt defending against Braun Strowman.
Yeah, some type of
yeah.
not last man stand, some type of
whatever.
Extreme or whatever match.
And Roman came back out of nowhere, just destroyed both of them.
Signed the contract.
Hey, what he say? What he say? He said He said, "You ain't nobody. You just a freak in a mask."
No, bro. Then he, his shirt. That was when he had the wreck everyone and leave shirt, or show up and win them type of shirts.
Needle mover.
Yeah, that was one of the recent ones. Yeah, but
Needle mover wasn't.
That was last year.
Yeah.
Last Real Roman.
I'm talking about 2020 T-shirts, like show up and win, wreck everyone and leave, them type of T-shirts. But nonetheless, he got his title match at Payback
next week.
Triple Threat.
They had a pay-per-view the next week.
Yeah,
that was the pandemic. You could do stuff like that.
Yeah, because weren't they doing pay-per-views like back to back to back to back?
No, they just had a pay-per-view just to get the title on Roman. You could do that.
A week later, it was just like it was then in all rematches, basically. You know how they'll do WrestleMania, then WrestleMania Backlash just be rematches from WrestleMania.
But bootleg second WrestleMania.
Yeah. So that was just that pay-per-view, and then that was the start of the dominance for Roman Reigns. Like you said, he signed the contract, the night of?
Yeah. Because I think they said there was going to be a third superstar in the match.
No, they said Roman was supposed to be in the match, but he never signed the contract. And Adam Pearce was trying to get him to sign the contract, and he didn't sign it.
Yeah.
And then you saw him with Paul Heyman, and he was like, he said something like, and believe that. And that was like, Paul Heyman with Roman Reigns?
With Roman, after everything they've been through with Brock Lesnar, he with Roman Reigns now. At first it was like, damn, but then
the crowd went crazy when they saw Paul behind him.
Wait, there was no crowd, Jason.
Well, from home. They didn't by that point have that generic crowd.
The fake reaction?
Yeah.
I don't even pay attention. I didn't pay attention.
But yeah,
because that blew me. Then the Thunderdome with all your screens, you hear like a whole crowd going, like there's a whole crowd.
There's nobody here. Like
nobody but TV screens.
They made it work. But yeah, so Roman won the championship in dominant fashion. That was the start of his run.
But he did them like one. He hit Braun with one spear and ended them after they just had a whole war.
Easy, like just came out, took the time. That was that carrot, show up and win. So that was the first part of it. That was just Roman coming back and becoming Universal Champion, which he was going to win it from Goldberg anyway at WrestleMania, but he had to take off.
Right.
So that was just him getting his championship run. Now you go from that to him starting to transition himself into the tribal chief. But Jimmy Uso got injured, which left one of the Usos solo dolo.
Right.
Jay Uso.
All right, now hold on. Before we get into the Jay Uso, Roman Reigns feud, which is one of my favorite feuds of all time. Jimmy was on the shelf. Jay was just floating around. Like I remember he held that dance contest between Naomi and somebody else.
Yeah.
I'm like,
just doing stuff because his brother went there. You know?
Yeah, I was like, because I'm like, okay, Jay is just a tag, so he's just a tag competitor.
Man,
like
we never seen him as a solo competitor like that.
And then he won it was like a fatal 4-way or whatever. It was a multi-man match, and Jay was in the match and he won. I was like,
number one contendership.
I was like, what? And then Roman was like, he's like, we having a match. He's like, don't look at the title. Look at me. You're not winning this title.
Yeah. And it's crazy the way the story was told.
Man.
It's like Jay came from being just this ultra tag team competitor to being a real live solo competitor.
He made a name for himself during this
feud. Getting the name main event Jay Uso.
It's real.
And the matches they had, the first match was at
Clash of Champions.
Yeah, that was just a standard match.
Yeah.
He won. Now I'm not thinking they gonna just continue to make this a real long feud like this.
It's on, bro.
They had a Hell in a Cell match. That was the one where the story started to get told for real. Jimmy came back.
I think. But before we talk about the match, Roman really didn't beat Jay Uso the first match. He was just. Jay kept kicking out. Roman just kept destroying him, and Jimmy threw the towel in because he didn't want to see his brother get slaughtered. Yeah. So Jay was just like, "You didn't beat me. You didn't beat me." Like they had the match at Hell in a Cell. Another great match.
And keep in mind, Roman was just trying to get them to fall in line. He didn't really want to have to go beating up his family the way he did. He wanted them to fall in line.
Exactly. Like, that's how you don't want to destroy your cousin. Like, I mean, if you let's say Osama, and you don't like your cousin, remember that?
I'll
get
your cousin the back door.
See, but normally you don't want to beat up your cousin though. So it's like that story told me about Jey Uso, his promos, the way he was just he was feeling, he was in a zone, like that was crazy.
Hey, real quick. I was just thinking, he's like, man, remember when Jimmy was on the screen? He's like, you got your tribal chief something. You got your tribal chief this. He was like, man, you got your tribal chief head so far shoved up your tribal chief ass.
Yeah, and it's funny because Roman thought that was Jay on the screen. Bro. He didn't even know that was Jay.
What did he say? He said, look behind you.
Bro, ask my brother. Jay, boom, clapped him. That was when Roman was like, when you lose, that's gonna be your consequences is gonna be coming.
Yeah,
when you lose,
you out the family.
All that.
And he's like, if I don't have this title, I'm not nothing. I'm not the tribal chief. I'm not the head of the table.
Yeah.
I'm not.
I thought it was if he lost, he had to join Roman and to acknowledge him. That's what I thought it was.
I think Jay just psychologically was like, he gonna keep beating me up.
Right. So,
like, I'm gonna throw everything I can at him, but he's not like.
It's like you can't beat him, join him type of situation. Yeah. It's like eventually you knew he was gonna join this blood.
Like he broke him. He broke Jay.
But then what I do like about this too, Jimmy was cleared and he came back. He was like, I'm nobody's,
Oh, bro,
and he wasn't playing around. Like, he was his own person. And Jay was already, at that point, Jay was in line. Jay was the right-hand man.
Well, real quick, because before we go any further, we got to acknowledge the fact, pun intended, what about back when Roman was holding the title back in, 2015, 2016? They technically teased even back then a whole little bloodline. When Roman was becoming his own thing, but still had like the Shield gimmick. The Usos, were there backing them. Dean Ambrose was back.
Yeah, but it wasn't a real thing. They weren't a real group. They were just, these are my cousins, and when we together, we are the bloodline.
That was just like right. It was, but I feel like they definitely had it in the works. Like, one day we gonna do this for real.
Yeah, they did it back then, and they're like, and they probably thought back then, we could make something that's just not at this point in time. And obviously, Usos go through the whole gimmick change, going from the Samoan Warriors to Uso Penitentiary and all this other stuff.
But now that Roman's whole character is based around his family, the whole character is based around the family. I'm the head of the table. I'll kick you out you'll lose your spot at the table. Your kids won't be able to do this, all this type of stuff. Like,
I just want to list. Obviously, okay, he's Universal Champion. We're not gonna go into detail of when he won it. He beat Brock Lesnar. Just say he beat Brock Lesnar for the WWE title at WrestleMania.
All right.
Now he undisputed champion. But before that, let's talk about the match he had with Edge and Daniel Bryan.
Tough.
A crazy triple threat match. DB's last match in WWE.
No.
Well, at WrestleMania, his last WrestleMania.
Right.
So, that was a good send off for him.
Is that the highlight of this whole? Is that the highlight match for this whole feud? I mean, for this whole run for you?
I feel like that was one of the best matches. I feel like the highlight to me still gotta be the Jey Uso.
Man, hey, you talking my language, bro.
I just feel like
hey, you talking my language.
That's
bro.
what made Jey stand out. Edge and Daniel Bryan was already what they is. WWE showed us a different side of Jey Uso with that feud. That's definitely the highlight of the whole thing.
Like, if this was to come full circle, we kind of know Cody is gonna win. But if this was to come full circle, and Jey was to somehow beat Roman for the title, now because I only got Cody winning the WWE Championship at WrestleMania. What if Jey Uso was to somehow pull it out and win the Universal title? That'd
be crazy. I feel like I don't want that to happen, though. If anybody win the Universal title, you got to give it to Sami Zayn.
With titles or not, I think they're
I agree with that. I agree with that.
With titles or not, I think Jey and Roman will revisit their feud again. I mean, I feel like the seeds have been kind of planted with, just him leaving, walking out, him posting on social media, I'm out with a blood drop and everything.
He did put on his story, too. It was a picture of Roman at the top and him at the bottom, and he said, run it back. So it's like he on that. Like, he asking us.
Hey, I gotta check his IG. He's going crazy on him.
When Roman asks, where's Jey, he posts him out on the expressway in the city.
Through the city. Yeah, that's where I be. Like, I'm like, Jey going crazy, man. But, yeah, like.
Some of it's on his profile, some of it was on his story.
Yeah, that story probably down now. That one. But, yeah, but.
I mean, it's probably screenshotted somewhere on Instagram.
But yeah, man, I want to discuss some of the bodies Roman Reigns caught.
Oh man, here we
during
go.
this tribal run.
Legendary.
I'm gonna start with underrated one, and this was a great match they had. I knew he wasn't winning the title, but him and Cesaro.
I knew he was gonna go there.
Him and Cesaro had a great match, and that was Cesaro beat Seth Rollins clean in the middle of the ring at WrestleMania.
Crazy.
And then he got his opportunity at Roman. That was a great match, man. Cesaro one of the ones who could do it all, man. He could do anything in the ring. Great competitor. Claudio Castagnoli. That's how y'all know him now. But yeah, man, that was a great matchup.
Him and Seth at Rumble, where Seth comes out to the
that was great. That was some of the best stories.
That one didn't even end right. They should need another match for sure.
I did like how when they were on SmackDown and you hear on the door the.
Oh yeah, he came in. Yeah, he was knocking out the shield.
Just with that whole Seth Rollins and Roman thing, you just gotta pay real close attention and stuff.
Yeah, mind games. Like you said, Seth just had that Joker character where he was just playing and
like even people. Remember when Roman tried to sneak a Superman punch from behind and Seth got ducked out. He know Roman like the bag is. He can't harm him, bro.
Yeah. I think Seth even said when he was coming out, it's like, look, it still fits. Or something like that.
Yeah, the shield vest. Yeah,
he's like, it still fits.
Oh, he said that?
Yeah, he's like, it still fits.
Hey, he be going crazy.
Seth Rollins was definitely one of them. Definitely one of them. I want to see that one again.
That wasn't a real feud. It was like after he beat Seth, they didn't even acknowledge it no more.
They just moved on from
like,
it was just that one match.
I think him and Brock's. Now I'm only picking out two of them. I think him and Brock's match at Mania 38. And SummerSlam's basically the two matches.
SummerSlam was my favorite one, but that was the one that I was really invested in.
38 when I didn't. It was like,
those two matches for me, I was invested in. Now, obviously, you know Brock and Roman's feud goes way before the Tribal Chief character.
Yeah.
Those matches I could do away with. I think with Roman, with his character change, it brought in a new ring aspect, this new toughness in them, because especially the last two matches, like, hey, these are pretty good. I mean, it's way better than 34s.
You must be confused, farm boy.
Man. But yeah, it's crazy though. And now we jumping into now the recent times. Sami Zayn, at first, before he even joined the Bloodline, he would just be like, I'm representing the Bloodline on SmackDown. He'd have that shirt on, exactly.
While they already had the other shirt.
Yeah, he'd just be like, I'm representing the Bloodline. I'm speaking on their behalf. And this was before they even had any interaction with each other. Then you started to slowly see the Usos gravitate towards Sami.
Hey, but real quick, remember he won that number one contenders match to fight Roman at Royal Rumble or Day 1? To fight Roman at Day 1. And Brock was like, no, I had a match tonight. Remember?
Yeah, on SmackDown.
He did. And he was supposed to have a match at Day 1.
Brock goaded him into having that match on SmackDown, yeah.
And then Roman, I think, he got beat down. Some Roman came down and picked up the bones, won the match.
Oh, bro. Yeah.
And I think that's kind of where it all started, though.
That's definitely a little bit where it started, because that's when now he's starting to. But that was a little bit before he was trying to get in the blood. That's when he was still wearing the green, the hat and all that.
Where he thought everyone was out to get him.
Yeah, that's conspiracy theorist Sami Zayn.
Yeah.
I mean, he did give us one of the, I'm saying this in quotes, one of the greatest matches at WrestleMania with the Jackass group. That
was pretty entertaining.
It was entertaining.
I'm not gonna lie to you though.
I'm not gonna go that far and say one of the greatest matches.
That's why I went like this. That's why I went like this.
But it was entertaining.
I liked Jackass when I was a kid.
I grew up on Jackass as a kid, so just getting to see them. I mean, obviously, that's why I said the greatest in quotes, because
that was definitely a start for Sami to start going crazy though, because that match put over Johnny Knoxville, and I don't even know why he was even in WWE.
Johnny Knoxville has been the running gag that WWE likes to bring back.
That's some of the stuff I don't like about it.
Johnny Knoxville goated.
Like back when I brought him back in 2012 or something, and the big hand just comes out and slapped like DiBiase or something.
Yeah, he got Sami Zayn with that too.
Yeah, but man. So we don't really got to speak on Roman Reigns' run. That we know double champion. He been Universal Champion for almost 900 plus days.
Crazy.
WWE champion for like over 300 plus days.
By the time we get to
United
WrestleMania,
States champion,
former Intercontinental.
By the time we get to WrestleMania, that man's gonna be champion for 1,000 days.
Yeah. So and it's like now Sami Zayn out, as we spoke on He officially turned on the Bloodline, struck Roman with the chair.
We'll be facing Roman in Montreal at Elimination Chamber.
The Civil War has started. So do y'all agree that this storyline is the greatest long-term booking in recent memory?
The greatest?
Greatest.
I mean, when you think about some of the best long-term stories, you can think about.
No one probably sat here and thought the Bloodline would go for 3 years. The story, at least.
Oh yeah, would you? All right, not a 3-year story. Yes,
I like Becky and Bianca. That's probably what he was going for.
I was thinking about DB against the Authority, SummerSlam to WrestleMania. That was 8 months.
That was cold. But yeah, this like he just said, this has been a 3-year run.
Yeah, never seen it like this. Bianca and Becky had their 1 year thing, which is crazy.
This story has gone legitimately as long as Roman's title run.
Man, crazy.
The Universal title run, not the WWE title run, but the Universal title run.
But we got hope, man. In the form of the American Nightmare, he might do it for us, man. Take the title off Roman.
All right, I got an issue though. I feel like the fans aren't giving Cody the respect he deserved. I'm not tripping.
I mean, he get a decent reaction.
I feel like they should be losing they mind.
He not.
I mean, did the crowd not lose their minds when he came out? Even though they knew damn good and well he was the last entrant?
And a lot of people not really that fond of him being out like that. Like he came back, got hurt. While he was hurt, Sami Zayn been the MVP of WWE with the Bloodline.
WWE came out and literally had said they did not think that Sami Zayn was going to get over as much as he did.
Yeah.
Some of the directions they've gone with him has been solely due to the fact of how the crowd reacts to him. I mean, you heard the crowd during the main event of Rumble, Sammy Uso.
Yeah, it's like he made himself, he kept working, and he got himself over by trying to be in the Bloodline. And he got over with it. And
even Paul spoke on it in a press conference.
Yeah, he had high praise for Sami Zayn. So yeah, it's
obviously before turning on him by travel court.
Right. It's a lot, but yeah, man. All in all, I think this is one of the best storylines, man. That's been going on in a long time, man. And we gonna have to see, man. WrestleMania 55 days away. It's coming close. Elimination Chamber in 2 weeks. So we gonna see how this keep progressing, man. But
if only this was recorded on Monday, we could have been like Cody. 63 days until the Rumble.
Yeah, but man, that's really all I got, man. Let us know in the comment section what y'all think about the Blood. I might make a poll, man, and ask the fans what they think about this Bloodline storyline, man. So, cause I did when I asked was KO the Stone Cold of the Generation. 71% of the votes said yes.
Also,
29.
We also can't sit here and ignore his match with Logan Paul. I'm sorry.
I mean, yeah, definitely. A lot of stuff we ain't really. This
the
video
whole grain. Yeah,
I know, but the whole thing is, I just wanted to bring that.
Because
when we were talking about decent title matches, him and Logan Paul.
All his matches, for the most part, been hard.
Him and Logan, him and Drew, definitely, had great matches throughout this whole reign. We could go an hour plus talking about Roman Reigns' tribal run.
Well, the one thing I will say, and this actually gives praise to both Roman and Drew, because I basically, for them, I label those two as the two people that helped through the pandemic era. I mean, obviously, we're getting better. Restrictions are lifted. Crowds are back. But, I mean, we're still dealing with COVID. So that's why I put Drew and Roman in as two superstars that have held down, or, pardon the pun, locked down this whole...
Apex Predator?
Randy did snap in the pandemic. He had like his best year in 2020.
I know that's kind of...
Well, I'm saying from a...
But Randy was incredible in the pandemic.
Well, I mean, we could have a list, and I'm not saying that Randy isn't up there. I mean, if I were to put him, he's in the top 10, hell, top 5 regardless. Top 3.
It's really them 3. Roman, Drew, and Randy.
Those 3 specifically have held down this pandemic era, both when it was heavily restricted and even now opening it up. They've locked down this pandemic era, and I give them props to that.
Roman locked down this era.
Yeah.
I mean,
the past 3 years.
I mean, Roman's been the needle mover, as he says.
But yeah, man. That's all we got for y'all, man.
That's it.
Make sure y'all keep subscribing, man. Like the videos. We gotta tell y'all.
Subscribe, comment.
200 on the way. We 12 away.
Like, all that.
Do everything.
Show everyone these videos. Show your mama. Show your family. Show your friends.
Even if y'all get along, show your baby mama. Show your baby daddy.
Show your managers, especially those who love wrestling.
Yeah,
they'll find you on the low.
And I'm your boy, Morrow.
I'm your boy, Emily.
Money making jam. We out.